These are all the supplies that you're going to need to make your sewing kit pouch. And I'm going to go over these other elements in a second, but what I wanted to do was start with the body of the piece. So I'm just going to move these elements. The body of the piece consists of 3 parts. So you have the good side of the fabric, the front part of the fabric, you have a lining fabric, and then you also have the in-between fabric, which is a low to medium loft batting. I made the dimensions for all 3, they're the same size. It's 6.5 inches wide by 17 inches tall. On the one side, the side that's going to be the flap, I used a roll of masking tape just to kind of get the curve, and then I trim that. You're welcome to leave it as a corner. I just like the flaps having a little bit of a curve to them. And when we're sewing it, the bottom part here is going to fold up, and it's going to be your first pocket. And the second pocket I wanted to make with the lining fabric. And this piece here is 5 inches wide by 6.5 inches. And then what's going to get sewn on top of this pocket is a piece of felt. And this felt is going to be holding my needles, pins, and whatnot. And this dimension is 2.5 inches by 6.5 inches. And once I stitch this on, I'm going to sew a line in the middle so that you get 2 smaller pockets. For this top part here, I have this piece of fabric that is going to hold down these D-rings. So I have 4 D-rings, and the interior dimension of the D-rings is 1/2 inch, and I cut 4 pieces of a twill tape that is also 1/2 inch wide, and it will go inside this D-ring. And then this will get sewn underneath this piece of fabric. And so the idea behind these D-rings is if you're working on a project and you have specific colors and threads you're using, you could attach them to these D-rings, and then they're easily accessible when you need them. This piece of, I'm not sure if I told you the dimensions of the twill tape, but it's 1/2 inch by 2 inches. And then this strip of fabric is 1.5 inches by 6.5 inches. You're also going to need, I'm going to be doing stitching. I'm going to stitch the shapes of my fabric, and I'm going to use the sashiko thread for that. So you wouldn't need the sashiko thread if you're going to skip this step, but I just wanted to kind of add it just to give the piece a little bit more interest. And then you're also going to need a piece of leather. I've cut it to 3/8 by 30 inches, and you don't have to use leather. If you don't want to, you can use a piece of twill tape or rope or whatever it is that you want to use as your closure. And you're also going to need some sewing needles and some pins to hold the layers together when you're working, and then a little pair of snips. You want to take the front part of your fabric, you want to place it so that it's good sides facing up, and then you're going to lay it right on top of the batting. And if you want to, you could pin this in place. I think I'll be okay. Pinning it would be good so that it'll prevent the fabric from moving. I'm just stitching a running stitch, and I'm just going to load up my needle. And pulling it through. And then this is what the back looks like. And this will just give it a little bit more texture on the outside. So I'm going to go along and stitch all of this, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's finished. Here's the panel all stitched up. I sewed it in the 2 different directions, that way it emphasizes all the colored squares. Now we're going to move on to the next step of sewing the pocket onto the lining. Before we put the pouch together, I wanted to sew the pockets onto the lining. And this is the top part of the pouch where it's curved here, and then this is the bottom part. So this corner here, this flap, is going to get folded over, and it's going to create the first pocket. And I'm going to fold it over about 4.5 inches. Okay, and I'm going to pin this in place so that when I sew the second pocket, it's going to stay in place. And all I'm doing here is just so that I know where to place the second pocket. Okay, and what I want you to do first before you place the second pocket down is we're going to create a rolled hem. So you're going to fold over about 1/4 inch and then fold it again. And then you're going to sew it along the edge here, and then you're going to flip it over, and then you're going to sew this felt piece on top, and then you're going to stitch along this edge and this edge. And then once we do that, we're going to stitch it onto this part. So I'll show you that in a second. I'm going to go to the sewing machine and I'm going to sew that on. And if you feel like it, you can sew it by hand. It'll just take a little bit longer, but definitely it's doable by hand. This is what it looks like when it's done. So there's the rolled hem that I've stitched along the edge, and then I flipped it over and I added the felt piece. And I usually cut my felt a little bit longer, only because sometimes when you're sewing the fabric shifts. So before I attach it, I'm going to trim it. I'm going to place it right along the edge of that top part of the pocket, and then I'm going to fold this under about 1/4 inch, like so, and I'm going to stitch along the edge, and I'll probably do like a double stitch line just to give it a little bit more strength. And then what I'm going to also do is sew a line in the center so that I get two sort of smaller pockets. So I will attach that and then show you what it looks like. Here's the second pocket that I've sewn on. You can see there's what it looks like with the rolled hem, and then there's the piece of felt on there, and I sewed it in between, and I did a double stitching there just to kind of give it a little bit more reinforcement. And now what I'm going to do is add the D-rings. And so this band of fabric, I'm going to place it right along the edge of the flap there, and then I'll trim the corners here after. And if you want to, you could iron this piece along the edge. You're going to fold it under about 1/4 inch, and then you're going to place the twill tape with the D-rings underneath. And I would place the first two kind of close to the center, and then the other two evenly spaced apart, like there. They don't need to be too far apart. And what I'm going to try to do when I sew this is I'm going to try to get this as close as possible to the edge there, like that. And to sew this, you might want to use a zipper foot. That might help you get a little bit closer there. And then I'm also going to do a double stitch line. And that's pretty much it for the inside part of the pouch. And then I'm going to show you how I put the pouch together. Here's what the D-rings look like all sewn. I'm going to just turn this over and then trim this. You're going to take your front piece and you're going to put the good sides together like this. And what you're going to do is you're going to stitch along the straight edge here first. You're going to sew along the sides, and I'm using a 3/8 inch seam allowance. And you're going to leave an opening a couple inches so that you can turn the piece good sides out. You're going to do that first, then I'll show you what the next step is. This is what it looks like. So there's the 3/8 inch seam allowance, and I left an opening here. You're going to open it out so it's flat and it's the good sides that are facing up. You're going to fold this here, and if you want to, you could press this if it's a little bit puffy. And then you're going to fold this up. So there's the lining. There's the lining kind of folded. And you're going to fold it just below the second pocket. And this should be around 4.5 inches. Okay? And then what I would do is take some pins and just pin this in place. Like that. Okay, let me just give you a little quick update. So I folded it and I've kept this straight. You can see the lining here is folded. So that's what it looks like on the side. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this front piece and I'm going to fold it so that it lines up with the flap there. And this is what it looks like on the side. So you have a loop here and a loop here. So when you're in this step, you're going to take the end and you're going to place it there, and then that gets stitched, and that's going to be in the center there. And then when you stitch all the way around, that is part of it. Going to sew along this edge here, and then the folded parts here I'm not going to sew. So I'm going to stop. So I'm just going to go around like a U shape. Here it is all sewn. So you can see I left this part here open. What I'm going to do first before I turn it good sides out is to cut some darts here around the curve and then cut a little bit of the extra fabric on the corner. Okay, I've turned it good sides out, and I just need to do a blind stitch or a ladder stitch. To close it, you come up from the inside, make sure the knot is hidden in there, and then I just sew about 1/8 of an inch. So I grab a little bit of the fabric. My needle is in between the layers, and then I come up on this side, take a little bit of fabric, and then I just keep repeating that. As you get to the end, what you're going to do is just take a little bit of fabric with the needle like that, and then you have like a little bit of a loop, and you put your needle through that loop and then you pull it to create a knot. And you could do a second one if you feel like it, but one should be fine. And then I usually kind of bury my needle inside the fabric and then I pull it, and then that kind of hides the tail. And there it is. I'm going to give this a press, and then we're going to fill this up. I wanted to show you what the pouch looks like before I added things in them. I feel like this design is adaptable, so you could, change the pocket sizes or how many D-rings that you add. or even the scale of it too, like the width and things like that. So I'm just going to fill it up so you can see the different things that it can hold. Okay, and then you just roll it up like this, and then just wrap this around. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.